What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor and I help people navigate their ascension process. And today's video is going to give you guys 5 tips for navigating these intense July Ascension energies we have this month. I recently sent out an email and wrote a blog post titled 3 tips for navigating the July intense energy, and I had so much good feedback that I wanted to share the content, the information with you guys on my YouTube channel who might not yet be part of my email list or my Facebook group. If you want to join those things, I'll leave links down below. I always do in every video if you want to follow me in that regard. So the July's energies are just very intense, man. It's nothing really new. It's just like it's just an acceleration of these ascension energies, and they can cause a lot of different reactions in the individual depending on where they're at in their journey. It affects everyone so differently. It's not something you can tie down. Just because you've been awakening for a while doesn't mean you're going to have it easier, and if you're just starting out doesn't mean you're going to have it. It's going to be super challenging for you, but it's going to catalyze massive inner and outer change in your life. And change in general for human beings is stressful and kind of chaotic. And it's just kind of like, it puts you in a state of like discomfort, discontentment, dis-ease. So these 5 tips are going to help you guys ride out these energies most effectively with the least amount of stress. And I had to learn this the hard way over time. I've been experiencing these cycles for so long now, and for a while I had no idea what was happening to me. I didn't know, I just thought my life was just really going south very quickly, because that's what it can oftentimes feel like. And that just created all this additional stress, which is unnecessary, which is the purpose of this video. It might be a little challenging, but it doesn't have to be quite as challenging as it was for me, and it was for a lot of people who didn't have the guidance, okay? Even me, I'm going through a pretty chaotic time right now myself. I shared this with my email people, my Facebook group. I had a buddy pass away due to a heroin overdose. My house is having random malfunctions and problems. My whole family's sick. I have allergies real bad, if you can't tell. Just a lot of times these energies purge a lot of your denser emotions, and it's temporarily reflected in your life, and you experience it, and again, in a very individual, unique way to you. You might have weird nightmares. You might lose your job. Someone's dying here. All these big real life events mirror what's going on inside you, mirror the rapidness of change that's just kind of moving through you. But again, these 5 tips are going to help you a lot, okay? So I'll get right into them. Number 1 is to stay flexible, which is very contrary to the natural inclination of most human beings' minds. Our minds like to keep us in a period of like boring stasis where nothing changes, and we try to preserve this illusion of safety. And yet these ascension energies are trying to expand us way outside of our comfort zone in all ways, in ways that are unique to you, and quite possibly the most uncomfortable ways that you could even imagine is what you oftentimes have to face and deal with, because those are more representative of the fears and the misaligned energies within your being purged out. So if you can just remind yourself, constantly help reprogram your mind to embrace change rather than resist change, you will avoid a tremendous amount of stress. Number 2 is to allow yourself to experience unrest. Most people think something's wrong, and they immediately go into rapid mental activity to try to figure out what's the matter when they feel discomfort. Okay, and these energies oftentimes will put you in a place of discomfort because it doesn't feel good as we purge these layers of our ego. And that's kind of what's happening. New energies are coming into the planet, or however you want to look at it is irrelevant. Regardless, something is catalyzing an acceleration of us ridding ourselves of energy states, of just beliefs that have no business being carried around by us. And the process of them coming up and leaving it's a little bit icky. And again, you experience it in your life in kind of like challenging ways, but it's a good thing. And through this month, you will have periods of where you feel very off, very out of sort, just miserable, just kind of miserable, and your life will reflect that. It might be a rainy day that day. You might feel kind of bluesy and sick. Something bad might happen. It all kind of comes at you at once. But You'll also experience the absence of these energies, and that feels really good. You'll know, wow, oh, I see why this is happening now. It feels really good as these energies come and then they go, and you feel the absence of them. And it's always worth it. Even though in the moment of those challenging times, you say, wow, this really sucks. This isn't worth it. I can't believe I chose to come here and experience this. And then it's like, now I remember why I chose to come and experience this. This is awesome. This is worth it. I can handle it. Let's go forth. And then another layer comes up. So just allow it, accept it, embrace it. Don't try to think something's wrong because you're feeling a little bit of disharmony in your life, okay? That comes with the territory most of the time for most people as they awaken. Start or resume some sort of morning spiritual practice. Now, right off the bat, there is no such thing as one modality being superior to another. Perhaps you don't even really need a spiritual practice. Maybe you just like to get up and make a cup of coffee and just sit there with your thoughts and relax and just kind of, you don't rush into the day. You just kind of sit there for 10 minutes, enjoy your coffee. That could be a spiritual practice just as equally as if you were to wake up and do some kind of specific meditation, okay? I personally do a lot of Kundalini yoga. I do a lot of meditation with my singing bowl. I'm not sure if you can see that. I do something called bioenergetics, which is a very efficient way of kind of like accelerating the purging of these dense energies in my being. It's an emotional therapy, kind of the opposite of psychoanalysis. And then I oftentimes like to kind of visualize and write how my day is going to go, and oftentimes write down my goals and to-do lists for the day. And that's my thing. In fact, I compiled this into a program called Mood Shift. A lot of my subscribers have already gotten that and are getting great results with that. I'll leave a link down below for that. It's perfect for staying balanced in these energies. But regardless, it doesn't have to be that. Do something to put you, whatever you have found along your path that puts you in a state of harmony. Do that. You have to kind of cultivate this state of harmony and learn to hang on to it, okay? And then take this state of groundedness into your day. So when the changes come, as your life unfolds in an accelerated way, you will be experiencing it from a place of groundedness and alignment. So whatever it is, whatever your thing is, start doing that. Force the habit of doing it every morning, regardless if you want to or not. That's what a habit is. Habits help you transcend the day-to-day fluctuations of willingness and motivation. When you have a habit of brushing your teeth, you do it whenever you do it every day. If you don't really feel like brushing your teeth, you know it's kind of gross. You just do it anyway. If you don't feel like doing your spiritual practice, you know if you don't do that, you're going to have a crummier day, and you just do it. But you have to force that habit for a while. Consume a nutritious diet that is in alignment with the ascension energies. Usually, as I always say in my previous ascension diet videos, that your diet, your cravings will fluctuate a lot, way off the charts, okay? There's times where you need a ton of protein and you're like really into eating meat, which grosses I know a lot of you out, and other times you are disgusted with meat and you want to eat only like fruits and vegetables and like juices and smoothies all day. These types of energies, these accelerated, like summery, fiery, expansive, intense energies, it is typically best to eat more of like a lighter, high vibrational food diet. Now, what is a high vibrational food? There's a few components to a high vibrational food, and I'll make more videos about this, giving specific examples. One, it has a high water content, because water has a higher frequency than dead flesh, if you want, So it's really good for you, and it kind of helps preserve, and it kind of just affects your body in a high vibrational way. It keeps you in a higher vibrational state. So fruits and vegetables are perfect examples of that. Number two is it hasn't been tampered with mankind's influence, like spraying pesticides on it, heating it, cooking it, processing it, refining it, boxing it up. That all kind of takes away the inherent magic in these naturally occurring foods, these naturally occurring high vibrational foods on the planet. Also, they're very nutritious. They're very nutritionally dense, meaning there's a lot of nutrition per calorie. So fruits and vegetables are a perfect example of a high vibrational food. Drink lots of high quality water as well. And you'll feel lighter. You'll feel less dissonance between your state and these higher refined frequency energies you're experiencing now. This last one comes in glimpses for a lot of us. It's not exactly always really easy to accomplish, but try to remind yourself and allow yourself to know the whole aim of this journey you're on is to experience greater depths and expanded states of true love. That sounds like a wishy-washy, airy-fairy, notion, but that is truly what this is all about. If we all human beings as a species experienced more love more often, the world would not be in the state it is. This awakening process is helping to purge you of all the different things within your body, within your conditioned mindset, within your belief structure, your ideologies, and it's purging all of these by showing you how illogical and how counterproductive it is to harbor all these things that block you from your ability to emanate and experience your natural truth aligned state of being, which is that of love. When you are in alignment, you feel love. Not just for certain people, but for the whole, for all creatures, for all things. You don't judge, you don't ridicule, you don't condemn, you don't criticize. You feel love. Any negativity in the world you don't see as something you need to eradicate. You see it as you have a sort of empathetic like sympathy, and you hope that they whatever you're seeing works itself out, because any negativity is really just ignorance of the truth of all of our connection to the loving source of all that is. Okay? So just remind yourself of this. Let yourself experience more love. When you find yourself really frazzled and frustrated and pissed off and annoyed and triggered by somebody, you know what? Just sit down for a minute and just focus on love. Focus on you loving, being loving. Okay? And love will cut through anything. Any negativity, any challenge you are experiencing can be overcome by love. And we have forgotten our natural ability to love, most people. But now we're remembering by experiencing the repercussions of not being loving. So you can help accelerate this by just reminding yourself to love, to feel love. And sometimes that feeling, that actual feeling of love, isn't going to come. But if you keep trying and setting your intentions throughout the day on experiencing love, you will experience more love, and that will transform your life more so than anything else you could read or hear or do. Your own ability to love.